For about 13 months now, there has been a particular topic. A topic that I've been questioned and received messages on multiple occasions to do a video on, to discuss, to dissect, to give my thoughts about it. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Am I looking forward to it? Is this going to be a super epic, awesome series? And every response that I gave was, I'm doing a video on it, I'm doing a video on it, that video's coming up soon. So around August of 2010, I actually did record a video on said topic, but for some reason it was always in the back of my thought, like, I'll upload it tomorrow, I'll upload it the next day, I'll upload it today, I'll upload it today. Wait a minute, my internet's fucked up, wait, I got time to upload today, but oh, I feel like watching this anime. So point blank, it just stayed on my hard drive all this time. And after a while I found it, I'm like, maybe I should upload this, but then, you know, some of the stuff there had become dated information, you know, especially with all the new stuff that was come out. Now, the series in question is Avatar: The Legend of Korra. So that's right, you guys, today we're going to be talking about Avatar: The Legend of You know, I actually really do enjoy that song. That song freaking kicks ass. I got it on my phone. But let's get back to the topic. So, Avatar: The Legend of Korra, or its official title now, The Last Airbender: Legend of Korra. For the people who are unfamiliar with what The Last Airbender: The Legend of Korra is, it is the sequel to the critically acclaimed and widely popular television program, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, the whole debate on, is it anime or is it cartoon? Honestly, guys, calm the hell down. It's a show. At the end of the day, it's a television show, it's a cartoon, it's an anime, that shouldn't matter. The fact that the show is enjoyable, that's it. Just this whole debate on anime or not, oh, it's influenced by Asian art styles, but it's made by Americans, just leave it alone. That whole debate is useless, it's uncalled for, and frankly, if you're going to spend that much time to debate about it and not watch the show, it kind of... Oh, okay, never mind. But how I classify it is, it's a pretty damn good show. Now, I just want to mention something before we start the video. There are going to be some spoilers pertaining to the Avatar: The Last Airbender TV series. I know most of you guys who are in the community of who watch me have seen the series already, or seen it in its entirety, or seen bits and pieces, or know just generally what it's about. But I am going to be spoiling the ending to the series, so yeah, heads up. So the series ended in summer of 2008 with Aang defeating the Fire Lord Ozai and bringing peace to the entire world, uniting fire, earth, and water tribes all together, with Aang and Zuko making a partnership and teaming up to combat all of the problems with the world. Yay, it sounds so green. I mean, the build up to the end of the series was epic. You knew Aang had to fight Fire Lord Ozai, you knew there was going to be this tremendous battle, and for it was, hell yeah, that battle was fucking epic as hell, Aang going at it with the Fire Lord. Then something happened. Then I don't know who in their bright minds over at Nickelodeon said this, but hey, let's add in this one little scene. Of course, the scene I'm referring to was with Zuko talking to his father in a jail cell, saying, "Where's my mother?" And just honestly, all that build-up, all that happiness, all that, like, oh man, it's so good, it's so happy, and then you get thrown with that, it's like, what the fuck, are they making a sequel or what? Now, as far as we know, they're not going forward with that concept, so why include it? I don't know. But The Last Airbender: The Legend of Korra, a lot of people, for some reason, when it was first announced, they weren't happy with it. They weren't happy that this would be a brand new character, that this would be set in a different time period, that we're not going to see the majority of the original characters who were in the original Last Airbender series. And for what it's worth, I can understand, I can sympathize with where these people are coming from, because these characters are so memorable, the comedy was memorable, you know, just a lot of things about that series were great, and I would have liked them to do a part 2 like what they did with Naruto Shippuden, where it's the same characters, yet, you know, they're just more grown up, you know, things have changed. But that's what they wanted to do, and I can understand why you guys are pissed off. It would have been great to see Aang, Katara, Zuko, and Sokka again, you know, older, maybe like a 2-3 year gap where they're going on new adventures and doing something else, you know, trying to save the world or whatever. But really, the way they ended the series, they just ended it with answering the final question. They want to bring all the races and the bending and all that stuff. They want to bring everyone together so it's like harmony. So I think that's what the main goal of the series was, and they achieved it in the final outcome. So really, I don't know where they would have went with that unless they introduced like some sort of, you know, new enemy like out of nowhere who's like,
we can't have unity, we can't have people being equal, we will reign supreme.
And you're just going to be going towards repetition again. So the fact that they're making a part 2 to the series, which is set in a different time period, they're going to be tackling a lot of new problems. I mean, we set almost 100 years from the end of the original Last Airbender, so things have obviously changed. The majority of the main characters who we've grown to love have probably passed away. I mean, with the exception of a few unnamed characters, everybody's gone. And this is giving us a new chance to explore new things, you know, new characters and new adventures. Those are the top 2 things that really, I think, we want more than anything. So this new girl, Korra, is set to be the new Avatar, so we got a female protagonist. That's freaking awesome. We need more of those in, you know, adventure shows. Well, female protagonists that don't suck, and female protagonists that, yeah, aren't overpowered at all. Fuck! So now that we got that out of the way, let's dissect the legend of Korra. So from all the information that was released from, you know, the various creators, and of course Nickelodeon and their press releases, what I'm getting at is they're going for, you know, a lot more, you know, mature Avatar series this time around. Not saying that the original Avatar series was anyway a kid show, because while it does have kid-like qualities at the beginning of the series gets pretty mature with its themes, you know, and it's about overcoming problems, you know, facing your fears. And yeah, anyone who says that series is made for kids, nah, because that was made back in the day when cartoons were considered, you know, for all ages. You could have a cartoon that appealed to the kid, the teen, and the adult, whereas cartoons of now are legit just made for kids who don't have any brains. You know, that's what the one thing that's lacking in TV nowadays as far as cartoons. Cartoons that are made for everybody. You know, like how they were before, you know, this whole reality kick-in thing that happened on TV. There's a trend going around recently that I think a lot of people, like, you know, developers, producers, you know, be it video games or movies, they reveal way too much about the said material that once you get the product, you know, you're kind of, oh yeah, I already was expecting that would happen. I mean, there's a limit, there's a line, and I think some of these guys are pushing it over because they think the fans aren't going to be interested unless they know every single bit about it. But I think that in that regard, the more waiting you have, the less information they have. At least you know that it's coming, you know, next year. It's not like a Square Enix where it's like, yeah, the game's announced. Oh, you guys are still here? We were joking. We're not working on it. So the main character herself, Korra. Okay, obviously she's going to be the brand new Avatar. This is set 7 years later. And what I really like about this series, rather than the original, not to make fun of the original series, is that this one is going forward into a new direction, you know. It's going to deal with a lot more darker and mature themes than the original Last Airbender did. One of them being is that the series itself is set in a, well, the city itself is a sort of like multicultural, it's like a, oh boy, what's the word for this? It's like a mix of every single race. There is no, you know, firebending tribe goes in that country, waterbending tribe goes in that country. It's like a place where for all the people, benders and non-benders, come together and they live in just one town, you know, which is one of the things that Aang and Zuko were striving for, and I think that's what they said they were going to do at the end of The Last Airbender. It's been a while since I saw that ending. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that all works out. You know, it is going to be a new generation of people, so there isn't going to be like that whole animosity towards, you know, other races that the previous generation did, because most of those guys probably are dead by now. And they haven't really specified who the enemy is, but one of the main things that is going to drive the series as far as, you know, something that is going to oppose Korra is a group of people who are known as the anti-bending movement. People who dislike every single aspect about bending. They think benders are an outcast, you know, just like they think that they're the supreme people, you know, they think bending is bad, it's so evil, you can't do it anymore. Which again is dealing with themes like, you know, people who are different, people who can do these things, they're outcast, you know, and they're being put on trial for doing things like that. Which is, again, another theme that I like is being explored. You know, it's great that there more cartoons are still coming out. Actually, cartoons in general are still coming out that do explore themes like this. It shouldn't just be held to, like, live-action TV series or, you know, anime. You know, it's great that we're still seeing some cartoons doing this stuff, because it bridges a gap between, you know, the mature audience and still kids can enjoy. You know, the kids will subconsciously, while they won't say that, oh, there's something wrong with this series, they'll understand it. And when they grow older, you know, like I did when I watched a lot of cartoons that dealt with mature themes, you know, not like, you know, boobs and such. I'm talking about legit mature themes that are going around the world. It gave me more insight, you know, that like, wow, they explained it in a way that's easy and isn't that, you know, graphic. And that's really all that was released on The Legend of Korra. I mean, they did announce some characters going around, but generally it's just nothing that big. I mean, they really want to keep this up for, you know, when the series premieres next year. It was originally slated to premiere at the end of this year, but seeing the massive popularity and all the hype that was going around from the announcement, Nickelodeon ordered another season, so which caused the delay. Personally, in my opinion, I'm glad that they delayed the series, because that's giving us more episodes, because originally this was only going to be planned as one season, 13 episodes. Now that it is 2 seasons, you know, there's more possibilities of things that we can explore. You know, it's greater adventures, more adventures we can have with these characters, and we can get to know them more. And who knows, if the series still does remain popular, you know, they could order a 3rd season or a 4th season. I think generally it is going to continue because it is something popular. I mean, it's Avatar. It's like one of the only things Nickelodeon has left going for it. I mean, nowadays, I mean, they have like one show. But really, I mean, people are really just going to tune into Nickelodeon just to see The Legend of Korra. Now, we may not know jack shit about Tenzin, besides the fact that he is Aang and Katara's youngest son, you know, after they got together and made with the loving and the bending and the But the coolest part about him, doesn't have to even do with the character, is the fact that he is voice acted by the legendary J.K. motherfucking Simmons, better known as, in the Spider-Man movies, Sam Raimi movies, J. Jonah Jameson. I don't know why, but freaking beast. That has nothing to do with it, but freaking beast! So that's it, you guys. That was the video that I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I didn't go off tangent too much. The Legend of Korra. I am extremely excited to watch the series when it premieres in 2012. I am pretty sure a lot of you guys who are fans of The Last Airbender are going to be tuning in to watch this series when it premieres on Nickelodeon and its eventual Nicktoons broadcast, like a week or 2 when it comes out. And yeah, that's it, everybody. So from me to you, I'm Agia signing out, and I'll catch you guys later.